Would you find it very offensive if your husband asked for a DNA test?
No, because I so much believe myself that I'm faithful to him. So I will never be offended.
So if you ask for a DNA test, that is not going to cause you any sort of...
No. It won't cause any harm. Yes.
Would it be considered wrong if a man chooses to carry out a DNA test on his children?
No. It's important. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, so wouldn't that kind of make the relationship between the man and his partner go bad if he finds out that, okay, these children are actually his?
No. To make them stronger.
Are you sure, sir?
Of course. Of course.
Because
on whose part?
some women will say, oh, you are trying to carry out a DNA test because you don't trust me.
No. She knows you. Why are you afraid? There's no issue there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when do you think is the best time to carry out a DNA test?
Immediately after they give birth, the hospital should introduce it as part of the fees, as part of the hospital fees, part of the what you pay for. Hospitals can also make mistakes. They can switch babies. Yes. Yeah, so they should carry out maternity and paternity tests. Better. Yeah.
Well, that is dependent on the family relationship. If you notice anything that is not normal about your wife or about your children, then you can feel free to go and conduct it. But if you are living a normal life in your family, you don't have a problem with your children, you don't have a problem with your wife, I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, so there are a lot of men who have children that are not theirs, but they are not aware.
Yeah, I am aware by some revelations that people make. You'll find out that some of their children, or all, are not exactly theirs. Okay. But before such a discovery was made, something prompted it. Mm-hmm. It is either the children are misbehaving in the way that the man hasn't seen himself behaving that way, even when he was a child, and has not seen the wife behave that way, even when the wife was a child. So if you see such characters, that does not have any trace from the parents, okay, or from you as a man, you begin to have a suspicion.
So are you saying it's better not to have the DNA test carried out as long as the children are acting well?
If you don't have an issue in your family, with your children or your wife has never in any way behaved in such a way that you suspect her, why the DNA test? To me, I can only carry out a DNA test when I'm suspicious of my wife, or I'm suspicious of the characters of my children.
So if everybody is acting normally, irrespective...
If everybody is okay, I don't have reason to suspect my wife. Okay? It's only when you have a reason to suspect your wife or suspect the character traits of your children that you go for DNA test. That's my own understanding. I'm entitled to my opinion.
Yeah, it can be wrong. It can be right. It can be wrong in the sense that as a man, you are a father to children that are biologically not yours because you're not aware. Yes. And you spent your lifetime training those children. So for you to go and do DNA tests to discover that those children are not naturally yours is disastrous. It's suicidal. So it is wrong in that aspect. But it is right to do DNA tests in the aspect that if you don't trust your woman, your wife on time, do DNA tests. The earlier the better. But it is dangerous to do it when it is difficult to start again. I think that is my position. Yeah.
So will you say it's better to do it as soon as the child is born, whether or not you trust your woman?
I think that would be better. It will save a lot of trouble. Seriously. You can imagine if somebody that is above 50 years old, only to discover that his children are not biologically his. It's suicidal. Where will he start from again? So it's better to leave with the ignorance that you don't know, and those children call you father and you call them son, and you enjoy your old age. So the DNA thing has caused a lot of problem in the society. So it is better they introduce it early. As you're giving birth to a child, let them do it. It will save a lot of trouble, my brother. Men are committing suicide because of this.